Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to the Swanky Productions channel, where we do nothing but work on the Tenere. Eventually I will be getting out on this bike whenever my foot decides to heal up, and in preparation for that I decided today that I'm going to mess with the 3 adjustments that they give you on the rear shock. So the first one is going to be the spring preload, second is going to be compression damping, and then the rebound damping. And what I'm going to do with all 3 of these is basically just put them kind of in the middle position that Yamaha recommends. I'm about 160 pounds, so I'm going to just kind of anticipate that I'm the size that that they designed these shocks for. So after I do that, and after I get some miles on the bike, I might have to adjust them up or down a little bit. I'm thinking I might probably harden them up a little bit, but for now we're just going to start in the middle. The 3 different settings are going to be pretty easy to find. The most obvious is going to be the spring preload adjustment, which is this one right here. And what that is going to do is more or less how it sounds. So this is your spring down here, and what it's going to do is preload that spring when you turn it up, and that compresses that spring, and that basically is going to make the bike sit up a little bit higher and going to allow you to carry a heavier load. And then by decreasing that and elongating that spring, you're going to have a bit more travel, and you're going to have basically a softer ride. And the other 2 are going to be adjusting the shock itself. The first one is going to be right up here. That's going to be your compression. And then your other one is going to be right there. And basically what those 2 things do, adjust how fast the shock can be compressed and how fast it can rebound. If you just had the spring, the bike would hit a bump and then just continue to bounce on down the trail. By having the shock in there, it absorbs the motion and kind of slows that compression down. And then once you go over that obstacle, or say go into a situation where the tire drops away from you, you also need something to slow that down. So basically those 2 settings are adjusting how fast it can be compressed and how fast it can be released. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn the preload all the way down, so that's going to be to the left. And you'll hear a click every time it hits a threshold. Jeez, so it's like all the way up. Okay, I think that was the final click. We were bottomed out. Yeah, so that I guess is 1. And then we will go 2. You want to stop at the clicks. 3, 4, 9, 10. So that's going to put me in the medium position. I think 24 is the max setting, and I guess this will actually go beyond 24, but you don't want to do that. They strictly say that you are not supposed to do that at all. So now when I get out on the trail, it's just a matter of turning that up, and like I said, you can go up to 24, or if I need to loosen it up a little bit, just turn it to the left, and I can go down. So the compression damping adjustment is going to be similar to the preload, where turning it clockwise is going to turn it up, but instead of turning it all the way down to zero it out, we're going to turn it all the way up to hit the max setting, which is considered 0. And this is also going to be doing some clicking. Alright, so there we're all the way bottomed out. So if I wanted to stay at the maximum hard setting, I would actually have to come back until it clicked. So that's 1, and we're going to go all the way to 15, so I'm turning it down here, but counting up, which seems sort of backwards. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the max setting on this one is going to be 18, so it seems kind of odd to me that we're in the middle at 15, but anyways, you don't want to go past that 18 mark. 18 would be the max. So I'm going to leave this where it is for now, and then we'll move on to the rebound damping. This is going to be similar to compression, where we turn it clockwise to turn it all the way up to the max setting, and then we'll count the clicks counterclockwise. And the medium setting for this is going to be 13, and the absolute minimum setting is going to be 23, which would be the softest. So we're going to go clockwise till it stops.
looks like we're bottomed out. So we will go back the other way till we hear a click. So that is the max setting, absolute stiffest, hardest it can be. We want to go to 13. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, 12, 13. So with that, now I know that my rear spring and shock absorber is set to just kind of like the medium ground. But to be honest, this is really just kind of going to be a learning process. I'm going to have to put some miles on the bike before I can really decide whether or not it's where I want it to be. You can always turn it up, you can always turn it down, you can always turn it back to absolute 0 and then go to that medium setting again. If you want to learn more about how this affects the ride for me, and you want to see what I end up doing with this, then make sure you hit this subscribe button. If you'd like to see more videos right now, check them out right here. I put a video out on the Tenere probably for a couple months yet, hopefully, as long as we don't get the winter weather too soon. But then next year I will be putting out a lot of videos, a lot of off-road stuff on the Tenere. So make sure to check that out. If you're interested, click the bell after you subscribe. Other than that, guys, take care, stay safe, stay swanky, and get out and enjoy this beautiful world if you can.